Alright, here we are for round 2. Let's go ahead and wish our new opponent hello and good luck. And this hand looks fairly reasonable. We got a 3-drop flyer, which should be pretty good for us. All our lands and a green sun zenith that we can search up something with. Let's go ahead and keep. Get an island and a turn back. We get another forest, which isn't super, but let's go ahead and lead with the forest and pass the turn back. And we get the turn back. We get a mystic snake, which is pretty sweet for us. Don't have a whole lot else. Let's put out a forest to throw him off of our second color for the moment and pass the turn back. We get a third color. Looks like he's playing Esper. Geist of St. Taft. That's pretty scary. And we get the turn back. Alright. Here we're going to go ahead and play out an island and the Trigon Predator. He blocks Geist, and he might have an artifact or enchantment later. We'll see. Inquisition of Kozilek. Alright, we'll probably lose the Green Sun Zenith or the Survival. We lose the Survival of the Fittest, which is alright. Decides not to attack with a Geist, which is pretty smart. And we get a Misty Rainforest, alright. Here let's play out an island and Green Sun Zenith. We have quite a few 3-drops, so let's go ahead and Zenith for 3. Okay. Looks like we have Brainstorm, alright. And Mana Tithe, alright. We can't pay it, so it gets countered. And let's go ahead and pass the turn back. Draw another island, which isn't great for us. Let's go ahead and play out the Misty Rainforest, and let's go ahead and pull out a forest, I suppose. And we can pass the turn back. We get the turn back, excellent. And we get a Rancor. Not the greatest for us at the moment. Let's play out the island. I suppose it's time to get aggressive. If he wants to attack with the Geist, we can put the Mystic Snake out there and eat his Geist anyway. So let's go ahead and attack. And let's pass the turn back. Here we get a Sphinx's Revelation for 2. Let's go ahead and counter that. Don't need him doing that at all. And I think he was kind of baiting out our counter anyway, which is fine. We get a land tax. Alright. He does decide to bring Geist in. Let's go ahead and block. And eat his Geist, alright. We take 4, which is unfortunate, but he no longer has the Geist. We draw another forest, which is not great for us. I'm going to go ahead and keep it. And we'll attack with our Trigon Predator and eat his land tax. And pass the turn back. And we get the turn back. Opponent apparently doesn't have any plays. We get Atlanta War, which isn't a mace, so we don't want to use that just yet. Let's go ahead and play out a forest now and attack again. We're looking pretty good here unless the opponent gets some removal, which I imagine he will at some point. He has Esper control, it looks like. We get Vincer, which he's going to bounce our guy, which is fine for us. Just saves him a turn and his peers. Get a Rancor back. And let's go ahead and play back out the Trigon. Let's go ahead and play back the Rancor. And we don't really want to bounce Vincer. He just gets to rebounce our guy, so let's go ahead and pass the turn. We get the turn back, which is good for us. We get a time walk, which is excellent. Let's go ahead and attack. Let's go ahead and time walk. And we get a counter, Force of Will. Unfortunate, but alright. Still don't want to bounce Vincer, so let's pass the turn. We get a Mox Jet, which is good for our opponent, but we'll probably be killing it. And we take 2 from Vincer. Catastrophe, destroy all lands or creatures. And he decides to destroy all creatures, which is expected. And we get the turn back. And we draw into the Royal. We don't have a good play, so let's go ahead and pass the turn back. We can enter the Royal on his turn if he plays something we want to bounce. We get a Batterskull, which is pretty good for the opponent. He gets a 4/4 germ, so let's go ahead and pass the turn back. Let's go ahead and enter the Royal, the germ, and cycle it. And we get that, which is good for us. Let's go ahead and play out that. Let's play out an island. We'll auto yield to that. He knows we have the Rancor, so we might as well play it. And pass the turn back. He might return his Batterskull, but he can't play it again. And he might be able to now. Which is fine, we'll just Mana War his token again and hit him for 5. As expected, he returns it and plays it back, which is fine. We get a Yavimaya Elder, which is great for us, so let's go ahead and play out our land. Let's go ahead and play out our Mana War. Let's bounce his Germ token. Let's attack for 5. Let's play out the Elder and pass the turn back. I think we'll just cycle the Elder at the end of his turn and be pretty close to victory. Get Batterskull back to his hand. And we get the turn back. I forgot to use the Yavimaya Elder, which is unfortunate. Let's play a forest. Let us go ahead and pass the turn back. Probably knows we have a land. I don't want to trade out the Lash Wreath just yet. Next turn, even though he blocks, it'll win. Well, no, it won't. It has lifelink, but we'll be close to winning. So let's pass the turn. I used the Yavimaya for sure on the end of his turn. He does decide to attack. Let's go ahead and let him attack. Journey to nowhere on our guy, which will be unfortunate. As expected. Alright, you got it, buddy. And let's go ahead and cycle this. Let's go ahead and play out the Viper. And we'll put Rancor on it. And pass the turn.
Did they update the client again?
Yeah, let's go ahead and not block here. I don't think it's going to matter. I think he has us here. We draw Tarmogoyf, which is really great for us. Let's go ahead and play that out. Let's go ahead and attack with the Viper. Probably should have waited on the Tarmogoyf, but... And let's pass the turn back. He moves the equipment, which is understandable. I think we just let him kill us here. We don't have a whole lot we can do. Yeah, let's chump. Make it so he only gains 6 life instead of 12. Right. And we get a silver heart, which is pretty good for us. I think we still die next turn anyways. Let's go ahead and concede and go to sideboarding. Here we got another control-y Durley deck, which is a lot better than the other one. I think the group probably is going to be better for us again. Over the Viper, he gets a big guy in, and he has protection from green, so that's not going to be great for us. Old Man will be good for us. Time Walk is always good for us. Survival of the Fittest. Well, we do have quite a few things we want to get back with that. Definitely want this flyer in over, probably over the Wall of Blossoms. Yeah, he didn't have a whole lot of ground, guys. He's Esper control, it looks like. Call of the Herd. Where would that fit in? Yeah, I don't think we need that. Let's go ahead and submit this and see if we can pull out a win. Yes, we would like to play first. This hand looks fairly reasonable. We can Mystic Tutor and into the Royal. Hopefully we draw a forest, which I think we should. Let's go ahead and keep and Mystic Tutor up something at the end of his first turn. Get a Mox Pearl, which is good for the opponent. And we get the turn back. We do draw a forest, which is great. Let's go ahead and play the Survival of the Fittest. You seemed to be scared of it last time. Brainstorm, alright. Probably looking for the Mana Tithe again, which would be good for us. Pull that out of his deck. He does get the Mana Tithe, which is alright. I didn't really care about the Survival of the Fittest. Pass the turn back. He gets a Mox Jet and an Acquisition of Kozilek. Alright. He's probably going to take our tutor, which is unfortunate. I should have played it at the end of his first turn like I was saying, but that's alright. Takes the end of the Royal. Alright. And we get the turn back. Draw another forest, which is great for us. Let's go ahead and play out the forest and play out our dear friend Tarmogoyf. And pass the turn back. Need to remember to play Mystic Tutor on his turn. And we probably get out Green Sun Zenith maybe. Got a few other things I can't recall at the moment. Gets a Baleful Stinks. Or Strix, which is fine. He gets to draw a card. And play out the Mystic Tutor. Harmonize is probably going to be best for us. Let's go ahead and do that. He might have a counter for it, but he did already use one. Let's go ahead and attack first. He decides to block. Oh, it has Death Touch, right? That's alright. And let's play Harmonize. Hopefully he doesn't have the counter for it. And he doesn't. We get the Vine. And alright, let's pass the turn back. And we get the turn back. Excellent. We draw another island, but let's play. I think the Vine is going to be better for us here. The earlier we get it down, the better. And let's pass the turn back. We get a Stoneforge Mystic, which is pretty scary. He's going to get out Batterskull, which is going to be really hard for us to deal with. And Journey to Nowhere, which is unfortunate, but that's alright. And we get to turn back. Excellent. Play out an island. Let's go ahead and play out Thragtusk. Next turn I think we bounce Thragtusk with the Mana War, and then we get to draw another, or gain another 5 life, and we still have a 3/3 guy. Probably going to play the Batterskull with the Stoneforge Mystic, which is unfortunate. Let's go ahead and play out the Misty Rainforest. Let's go ahead and use it to thin out our deck. Let's take an island, and let's play Mana War. And let's bounce Thragtusk. And pass the turn back to the do indeed get the Batterskull, which is unfortunate. Here, suppose we double block, he can only kill one of them, and he'll just replay the Batterskull anyways, so getting him to waste his mana the most is going to be most effective for us. And we get a Mystic Snake, which is great. Don't have enough to do both. I think he's just going to play the Batterskull with, or return the Batterskull and play it with the Stoneforge Mystic. So let's go ahead and play the Tarmogoyf here, or the Thragtusk, excuse me. Looks like we get a counter, which is unfortunate. Can't do a whole lot about that, so let's go ahead and pass the turn back. And we get the turn back, which is good for us. We get a Rancor, which isn't too exciting. Let's go ahead and Rancor our beast. Factor Fiction, alright. let's go ahead and do it like that. He takes the Geist and the land, which is expected. Or no, he discards those. And he takes the lands and the splicer. Alright, and let's go ahead and attack. Or, let's not attack, let's go ahead and pass the turn. He's gonna bounce the Batter Skull, which is expected. And we get the Blade Splicer, which is alright. And we get a Blithering Ring, which will definitely counter. And we get the turn back. Let's draw something good, like the Old Man of the Sea. That's a great thing. I think we can steal the Stoneforge Mystic. So let's go ahead and play out the Old Man. Alright, we'll pass the turn. We get the Batter Skull back, of course. That combination is just so broken. Gets another equipment, which is probably bad news for us. Sort of Feast and Famine, alright. And he equips it to the Golem, alright. Decides to come in with both, which is fine. I think we chomp block the Germ token. Seems... Yeah, let's go ahead and eat the Germ token. And he gets to untap all of his lands, which is bad for us. But he's running out of time, which is good for us. We get our Rancor back. I think putting Rancor on the Old Man will be good for us. We'll be able to still... Can still the Golem unless he moves the equipment. Catastrophe, alright. That does ruin our party, but it happens. And we get to turn back. We need to draw something really good, and we do. That'll be great for us. Let's go ahead and play that. And let's go ahead and pass the turn. Hopefully he doesn't have anything. He might bounce it. Oh, he's going to return the Batter Skull. Alright. I think we should be able to hold him off, and maybe we run him out of clock, which is a bad way to win, but it happens. He should play faster. I've lost numerous times to time. Sphinx's Revelation for 4. Alright, that happens. Never good when he gets to draw cards. Oust. Alright. Isn't great for us, but it happens. We draw a forest, which isn't great for us. Let's go ahead and pass the turn. Imagine he's going to play Batter Skull, probably equip it. We'll draw our Trigon, and then he'll gain a bunch of life on the attack. Batter Skull as expected. He equips as expected. And we get the turn back. We draw our Trigon. Let's go ahead and play that out. Hopefully he doesn't have the counter now. He doesn't. We're going to have to take 6 and discard a card, so let's go ahead and keep the forest. Let's pass the turn back. Discard the forest. Get the Sword of Body in mind, alright. And we get the turn back, which is good for us. Let's put the Rancor on the Trigon. And he gets Venser, alright. It's unfortunate, but it happens. We lose our Rancor, which is sad. Let's go ahead and play out the Trigon again. Let's pass the turn. Gideon's Lawkeeper, which isn't a whole great for us. Equips the Body of Mind, alright. It's probably going to kill us with milling. Let's go ahead and take it. Get the Vengevine in the yard, so if we can get another forest, which isn't great. Let's go ahead and attack. But I think he has us here. Let's go ahead and play out the forest. But I'm pretty sure we lose here. But maybe we can run his timeout still. Taps out our guy. Running really close on time. And looks like we're going to get the win because he dirtled. And we won. Excellent. It's a bad way to win, but we were pretty lost. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in round 3.